3 clues that your diet is wrong for you. Welcome back to LiveLeanTV for women. I'm your host, Jessica Guthrow, specializing in getting you lean and keeping you there. So a lot of people are actually on the wrong diet and they don't even realize it. Today we're gonna talk about 3 clues that can help you figure out if the way you've been eating is working for you or if it's the wrong diet and you should try something else. All right, so number 1 is you're not happy with your body size or shape. And this can mean if you're underweight, if you're overweight, if you just don't have enough tone and muscle definition, whatever it is, if you're not happy with the way that you look and feel, then that should be a clue. You guys all know that diet plays a massive role in how your body looks, feels, and performs. And when you're eating the wrong foods, too much of the wrong foods, too much of any foods, too little of any foods, then you are not gonna like the outcome or the results. If you're underweight and you're trying to build muscle, but yet month after month or year after year, you see no progress in that arena, then that's a clue. Maybe you're not eating enough protein, maybe you're not having enough carbs. The problem could have to do with your training, but most likely it's your diet. If you're overweight, you have a bunch of excess body fat that you've been trying to get rid of forever, but no matter what you do, no matter how much you work out, you just don't see it budge, then that is also a major clue. Diet just ain't right. I just really can't stress enough how important your diet is when it comes to your body size and shape, and I need you all to know that it is possible to have an incredible transformation. All you have to do is go and look at our success stories and you'll see story after story of people who have dialed in their nutrition and finally uncovered the body that they wanted. Whether that was revealing 6-pack abs or coming down from being over 300 pounds to a normal healthy weight, whatever your goal is, I just need you to know that it is possible, but you have to put in the nutritional work to figure it out. If you don't know what it means to dial in your nutrition, you know, Brad and I talk about this all the time, but what does it really mean to dial it in? It means to actually figure out how many calories do you need for your ideal shape. If you can't answer that number instantly, then that's something that you should be investigating. And then when it comes to macros, of course, you don't have to be a mathematician or, you know, calculating every single thing you eat, but you should have a rough ballpark estimate of how many grams of protein that you should be aiming to take in each day. If you have no idea on any of these numbers, then it's time to figure this out. Getting an education and putting in the nutritional work is gonna make a gigantic difference on your results. So if you're totally lost and you don't know where to start, Brad has some great videos explaining how to figure out your daily calories that you need to reach your goal, and also how to figure out your macros and split them up throughout how many meals you're gonna have for the day. I'll link those videos down below so you guys can watch right now and give yourself a little 5-minute education on how those are done. We also offer custom coaching. Apply for coaching at LiveLeanTV.com/coaching, and you can learn all about what it takes to become a custom coaching client and have me doing your calculations for you so you don't have to worry about if you're doing them right. Or you can do it the really super easy, simple way and get our new Live Lean 20 diet. It's LiveLean20diet.com. Brad and I just published this brand new diet book. At checkout, you can choose to include the meal plan, and then you'll get a male version and female version of a meal plan that is gonna sort of get your macros and calories right. It's not customized, so it may not be exactly right for you, but at least it'll give you a ballpark arena if you're an average sized person just wanting to tone up and lean out. All right, clue number 2 that your diet ain't right for you is if you don't enjoy what you're eating and you cheat all the friggin' time. I've been there. If you guys watch our Q&A show, you've seen that I've done like pretty much every diet known to man, because, you know, early in my fitness journey, I tried everything because I just kind of wanted to soak up all the information and know which kind of diet was the best thing. So I did, you know, 7-day water fast. I did a vegan diet. I did a like low carb or 0 carb diet. I did carb cycling. I did just freaking everything you can think of. I've been around the block. And what I can tell you from all those experiences is that so many, pretty much all of those diets that were really restrictive and really boxed in were not right for me. And I clued in because I kept cheating all the time. What's the point of being on a really hardcore exclusive diet if you're gonna constantly cheat on it? Like when I was doing a vegan diet, I'd always kind of like try to sneak in some eggs. And you know, when I was doing a low carb diet, I'd always like sneak in an apple and a banana here and there. And it's just like, well, if you're doing all these cheats, then you're not actually following the diet, really, are you? I also hated how much of a social outcast I was because I always had to make special orders at restaurants. I had to like always tell my friends if I was coming over for dinner, the long laundry list of things I do or don't eat. And a lot of times on these really restrictive diets, I felt super low energy and really miserable and really cranky. So those should all be clues for you guys. If you're on a diet that's making you feel miserable, cranky, restricted, and you hate it and you cheat all the time, that's a clue. Wrong diet for you. Number 3 is that you're okay with your diet, you enjoy it, but you get gas, bloating, and digestive discomfort on a daily. So I get tons of emails about digestive discomfort. You know what I'm talking about? Like gas and whatnot. I know it happens. It's very common, especially when you're trying to eat healthy foods, because a lot of healthy foods can be really gas producing, especially if you're new to eating a lot of vegetables and a lot of fiber. This can kind of, you know, take a little while to get used to. But just because a food kind of like messes with you a little bit in the beginning doesn't mean it's not the right food for you. Like say broccoli, for instance. If you haven't been eating broccoli for many years and then all of a sudden you start putting broccoli in your diet and you notice things going on, it doesn't mean that you're allergic to broccoli. You just kind of need to develop the right digestive enzymes to handle it. So I'm not saying that digestive discomfort means that immediately that's the wrong food for you. I'm just saying that if you notice a pattern of weeks or months, I would say give it at least 2 weeks trial. And if a food is consistently causing you that problem, like maybe it's dairy, maybe it's gluten, if you notice that every time you have this for a longer period, longer than 2 weeks, that it still is causing discomfort, then you might want to consider cutting that food out of your diet. Food allergies are actually really common, and a lot of people are allergic to nuts, to seafood. Some people are allergic to eggs, to avocado, certain fruits, certain vegetables. So you have to really find which foods work for you. There's no sense in forcing yourself to eat a food that makes you feel terrible in your guts, you know? The good news is there's a food substitute for almost every item of food. And in the Live Lean 20 diet, Brad and I have put a list of our favorite substitutes for each of the 20 foods that we recommend. So even though we've narrowed it down to our favorite 20, if you happen to not like 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 of those, you can see the substitution list and pick other foods that are very similar to those that you can swap in and still kind of keep your macros round about the same. In the end, the diet that's right for you is one that is customized. Of course, you can follow an outline guide similar to Live Lean 20 diet, and I really do think this diet is gonna work for the majority of people. But by making those little simple substitutions and maybe tweaking the calories a little bit to fit your needs, you are gonna find the exact perfect diet for you, one that you won't have to be miserable on, one that you're actually gonna enjoy the flavor of, and one that's actually gonna get you killer results for your body. I think that's the #1 most important thing. Wouldn't you say that most people are looking for out of their diet? You want a diet that is going to make you look banging hot, but it doesn't hurt to enjoy what you're eating along the way. It's such a relief when you can finally learn how to fit delicious meals that are actually nutritious and healthy for you into your lifestyle in a way that feels non-restrictive and easy to do, and it doesn't cost a fortune and it's not super complicated. So that's why we created Live Lean 20 Diet. So I really hope that you will download the ebook now and start using it right away. And then when you do, come back to this video and rave in the comment section below about how well it works for you and how much you love your new 6-pack and how many delicious meals you get to eat on a daily. Thank you so much for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys at the next one. In the meantime, keep living lean. Sharing my 3 secrets to make salad freaking awesome.